There's a teaching that sees a person or a people going sometimes to very, very dark and seemingly very far away from life, and yet that this is seen as a preliminary fall for a subsequent, much higher rising beyond where you were before you fell.
It is the case in every period of history where injustice based on falsehoods, based on taking away the right and freedoms of people to live and survive with dignity, that eventually, when you call a bluff, the tables turn. Look how little it took for Gandhi to work against the salt laws of the British, where the British decided the way they would make their armies and police forces bigger is just tax the salt. And all that Gandhi did was walk to the beach, pick up the salt, and say, nature gives it for free, we need it, we've always made it, we will violate your laws, we will continue to make salt.
Every day we can teach ourselves to make the right choices. We can even program our brains to make the right choices habitually. I have done my best to compile a list of 10 choices we can make on a day-to-day basis that would change our world for the better. Remember, a single act of kindness throws out roots in all directions, and the roots spring up and make new trees. Number 1. Reduce general consumption. We are a taker society. Bigger is always better.
We are witnessing a collision between our civilization and the earth. And there are 3 factors that are causing this collision. And the first is population. So if it takes 10,000 generations to reach 2 billion, and then in one human lifetime, ours, it goes from 2 billion to 9 billion, something profoundly different is going on right now. We're putting more pressure on the earth. Most of it's in the poorer nations of the world. This puts pressure on food demand. It puts pressure on water demand. It puts pressure on vulnerable natural resources.
This earth was not made just for us to consume it. We need to respect how amazing this planet is. Number 2, stop using credit cards and financing. Don't let the wrong people get rich off of you. Don't participate in the debt scam that is hurting this country. This is a consumer nation. The average American spends 10% more than what they earn. If you start out by promising what you don't even have yet, you lose your desire to work towards getting it. Number 3, reduce beef and meat consumption. Keep in mind I chose the word reduce. Vegetarianism is not for everyone. But remember, for 1 pound of beef, how much feed and water did it take to produce that 1 pound? In 2006, the international meat industry generated about 18% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions, even more than transportation. Number 4, buy local. When you buy local, it supports family-owned businesses. It's an investment in your community and your country. Local produce can help combat illness common to your region. And fruit and vegetables, meat and milk produced closer to home rack up fewer petroleum miles than foods trucked across the US. Number 5, give. Giving is not an action, it is a way of life. And most of the time, money is the least effective help that you can give someone. You see, regardless of your position, you have the opportunity to give every moment of every day. And the more you give, the fuller you become. This is a universal truth that I could spend hours talking about. Number 6, no more fast food. Fast food produces so much trash, it's bad for you on many levels, and it's participating in corporate rule. The ritual of taking time to prepare and eat a meal slowly is therapeutic and better for your digestive system. Number 7, vote. Take part in the democratic process that many people fought and died for. I'm not just talking about the presidential vote. It's bigger than that. Educate yourself on what is being voted on, even in your local community. You have the power to make big changes in this world by voting, especially when you vote in numbers. Number 8. Cut out the stress. I had a conversation with a doctor once, and he told me that in his professional opinion, stress was the root cause of almost all illness that he had seen. Here are some tips to reduce stress. Try to get 10 hugs a day. It has been proven to extend your life. Spend more time in nature. Spend more time with animals. Leave work or home 10 minutes earlier and slow down while you're driving. Breathe from your stomach and not your chest as often as you can. And make time every day to pray or meditate, especially for all that you're thankful for. Number 9. Turn off the television. I stopped watching TV 7 years ago, and my mind has never been clearer. I won't even go into details on this point, just please turn it off. Do it for yourself and the people you love, especially your children. And number 10. Visualize a better tomorrow. There is so much power in visualization and imagination. My friends, we are in trouble on a few levels. The power of vision, the vision of a better tomorrow, followed by action, is the key. This is how all the greatest minds throughout history have done it, and are continuing to do it. We all need to take part in this change.
Everybody has the choice of being a hero or not being a hero every day of their lives. And you can either help somebody, you can be compassionate toward people, you can treat some people with dignity.
The next century should be a century of dialogue and discussion rather than one of war and bloodshed. Destruction of your enemy actually destruction of yourself. So we need some method to deal the problem without violence. We must first work on internal disarmament. I mean ridding ourselves of all the negative emotions that result in violence. Then act, not just prayer, but through action. Yes, things can change.
What can we do to reshape the future?
This city is replete with famous names that are no longer here. Why? Because they couldn't adapt to change. We all have to adapt to change. Don't debate about who's to blame or what to blame. Let's build new industries. Let's make America strong again.
Anybody that wants to make a revolution shouldn't grab a gun. Just go and start working like we do to change the world by using science and technology.
I think democracy is the most revolutionary thing in the world, far more revolutionary than socialist ideas or anybody else's idea, because if you have power, you use it to meet the needs of you and your community. See, they always say everyone should vote, but I think if the poor in Britain or the United States turned out and voted for people who represented their interests, it would be a real democratic revolution.
It doesn't matter if you've been dealt a bad hand. What matters is what you do with the hand you have. It doesn't matter what car you drive. What matters is that you drive a car you're thankful for. My friends, remember to ask a million questions. Give without hesitation. If you fall, pick yourself back up. Laugh every chance you get, especially at yourself. And never, never, never give up.